It is Wednesday, and it's early. It's even daylight outside here in the great state of Arizona. And on this, our sunny, day in Arizona at approximately 5:39, we have a project ahead of us. That project is this juggernaut of an album. The Lamb Dies Down on Broadway. Now, we have a 20 and 25 deluxe edition to be listening to, but we are only going to be listening to the album proper, so songs 1 to 23. I had been listening to a lot of prog rock lately, in conversations with my mod chat, in conversations with my just where I kind of wanted to go and continue going. And just kind of looking through my Terminator list, which is like the I'll be back list, like things I'm like gonna return to for sure. Genesis was on there, and they kept kind of getting the boot for a little while. And admittedly, it's sometimes just hard to fit in a 1 hour and 35-minute album into my streaming format. But this was one that I picked. This is one that I was like, we've been listening to prog, especially after how much really. When I listened to Yes, most recently, Close to the Edge, I thought I need to listen to Genesis again. And like continuing on with Yes, of course, but hopping into Genesis was something I was really excited about. And I think that this is a very different version of Genesis than I've heard to date. So I'm pretty excited to hop into this. Now, I do have a context in the context curious section of our Discord. If you didn't know, you can join Discord by typing in !Discord live or in the video description below if you're watching on YouTube a little bit later. But The Lamb Lies Down on Broadway is Genesis's 6th studio album and the last to feature lead singer Peter Gabriel. Before his departure in 1975, with Phil Collins stepping into the role the following year. A concept album whose story was penned entirely by Peter Gabriel, with the other band members writing the music. The Lamb follows the protagonist, Rael, pronounced Rail, got it, a Puerto Rican New York City native, as he finds himself on a strange, supernatural, and transformative journey to get back home. With so much story and music to digest, I recommend you focus on what sticks out to you and not worry too much about absorbing every single aspect on first listen. It's nearly impossible to get it all the first time through, and this album is best digested through multiple listens. Talking to you, Captain Beefheart, Trap Mask Replica. Many of the tracks blend into the next, so I recommend starting off each song with the last few seconds of the previous song for the intended experience. I joined the Rooskies in February to be sure I was here for this one. Thanks for finally listening to my favorite album of all time, bud. Well, W's for Jules, our beloved moderator. W's for the entire wonderful Twitcherooskies that showed up today to be a part of this album with us. This is genuinely something I've been excited about, but again, as we look into an hour and 35 minutes for this context, it's tough. But we will be also doing Joe's Garage. I've got a lot of people asking me about that, so Joe's Garage will be a stream similar to this, just in case you were wondering. Which, depending on how far into the future you watch, this may already be done. Who knows? But I would definitely like it if you guys would kind of point out to me the differences. I'm sure I'll notice the difference between Peter and Phil's voice, but give me the context. Or I love hearing your guys' stories. I love hearing what you guys have to say about it. Remember, I can't read everything live, and I'm just a man. I can only react to what stands out to me. I'm definitely gonna be going through this, listening critically, but it seems very much like this is going to be kind of an abstract story based on what a lot of people are telling me. So I'm pretty excited. Treating this like a musical. First track is truly a tone setter. Love to hear it. Okay. Well, guys, just in case anybody was wondering, we are doing, again, the 20 and 25 remaster. So if you're a headphone listener and, we're listening on Tidal, be pretty excited. We got max quality for this one, so it's going to sound good. Guys, I'd say it's time for me to go ahead and hit the play button. But before I do, It's very important to me that you know that you are awesome, that you are valuable, that you are important, that you matter, that you are deserving of love, and that I am abundantly grateful for even a moment of your time. If you like what you see, feel free to hit the like and the subscribe button. It does go a long way to help me out. And if you really like what you see, leave a comment. I would love to hear from you. Or join us on Kick or Twitch. I stream every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. Arizona time. And lately, every other Wednesday has been special event long stream days. So if you catch it every other Wednesday, cool. But yeah, join us on Kick or Twitch. These people over here are the best people. Come discover music with us. Without further ado, guys, let's check this album by Genesis out. Let's go on an adventure, shall we? The Lamb Lies Down on Broadway. Here we go. Bingo bango. Is this an instrumental? Can I get Genius? I know that there was a drop, but I want you guys to notice something I just heard here before. Hey, thank you. I want you guys to notice this. The piano. The way they've got it recording with multiple microphones, so you can hear the different low ends and high ends in either ear. Holy cats. You hear that? Yes!
It seems they cannot leave their dream. There's something moving in the sidewalk steam, and the lamb lies down on Broadway.
Dude, on Broadway! That's such a ripper, dude. Like, the way he goes with that. This piano dynamic is just incredible. And it feels like there's like synth elements to it. Like, but you hear just this nuts, like, the busyness behind it provides such like a hustle and bustle kind of vibe, which I think is perfect for Broadway. Right, like it does kind of set a scene. You need a little bit of juice. I got you guys. Thank you for saying so. The fuzzy bass sound, right? Like it's like, I don't know. It almost. It's like they put like a Proco Rat pedal onto the bass for it to be fuzzing through this. Is he playing a Rickenbacker? What's let's see. Flute, let's see, drums, Phil, flute, Peter, guitar, Steve Hackett, W's for Steve, Tony Banks, dude, Tony, T-Bone Banks, like, whatever I'm hearing right now, loving it. I'm not seeing the bass get credit here, though. Does anybody have a concept for me? And Peter and Phil both on this one, huh? Huh?
It seems they cannot leave their dream. There's something moving in the sidewalk steam, and the lamb
this part
lies down drugstore takes down the chains. Metal motion comes in bursts.
Phil.
The gas station can quench that thirst. Suspension cracked on a main road. The trucker's eyes read overload. Back out of the subway. Real imperial aerosol kid. Exits in the daylight. Spray on in. And the lamb lies down on Broadway. The lamb seems right out of place with the Broadway street scene. Finds a focus in its face. Somehow it's lying there, brings a stillness to the air. Though man may
The dynamics from the left ear.
at night is very bright. There's no whitewash leaked in as the neons dim to the code of white.
I've got to say, as far as setting a stage, you know how, like, there's an intro sequence in a lot of movies where you kind of get, like, thrust into hustle and bustle in a New York City, and you're, like, you see people walking on the streets, you see all of the happenings of the city. This feels like that. Yeah, and again, I like that you guys were like, is his last name Aerosol Kid, Imperial Aerosol Kid? But I feel like it's like very clear he exits into daylight, spray gun hid. Like it feels like we've got our guy, like you've got the hustle and bustle of the city sort of happening around you. Actually, I didn't think of that. Very, very strong connection there, Giz. Imperial Aerosol Kit. It feels like, yeah, this guy's getting ready to go tag something, like spray paint, like he's getting ready to go Banksy it. You know what I mean? His occupation. Got it. I wasn't quite sure because it says spray gun hit. It kind of led me to believe he was maybe getting ready to do something that like maybe people wouldn't agree with. He is the Aerosol Kid. The difference in the way that this and the lamb lies down on Broadway kind of changed, and it goes into this like kind of ethereal, uplifting moment.
At night is the stillness. Broadway street scene finds a focus in its face. Somehow it's lying there, brings a stillness to the air. Though man-made light at night is very bright, there's no whitewash leaked in as the neons dim to the code of white. Wife's he's gone, he's forgotten what he did, and the lamb lies down on Broadway. Suzanne tired, her work all done, thinks money, honey, be on neon. Can't man spell the glove, sounds the horn, and the sawdust king spits out his scorn. Wonder women, you can draw your blind. Don't look at me, I'm not your kind. I'm real. Something inside me is just gone.
Anybody else have a tuning fork ringing their loins at I'm real? Like, cause that ripped so hard.
Don't look at me, I'm not your kind. I'm real.
Yes!
Something inside me is just gone. Lord knows what I have done. And the lamb lies down on Broadway.
I have listened to Quadrophenia. love this sound. This is kind of a far cry different sound than the Genesis that I've heard in the past, and I really appreciate that. Interesting subtext to the question of have I heard Quadrophenia? It's actually Adam Sandler's fault that I listened to Quadrophenia 100%. He has a movie called Reign Over Me. I think it's his best movie by far. It's him playing a serious role. I mean, you have a few kind of funny moments because Adam Sandler is just he's got the ability to just be funny. But that movie in particular has this scene where like it's a really heavy scene, but he's like kind of hiding in his own world of headphones and he's screaming at the top of his lungs, "Love, reign over me." And I watched that movie when I was 15, and I can remember seeing that movie. I think it was him and Don Cheadle. I think that Don Cheadle was the other guy. But I watched that movie when I was 15, and that scene moved me. It really moved me because I can remember being a kid that retreated to my headphones, and to see an adult do that and singing out loud, I just had to know what it was. And I can remember the credits mentioning that song and finding that album. And so that was one of my earliest like classic rock loves was the song, was the album Quadrophenia. Just in case you were wondering, little subtext to that. It's tremendously better than Punch Drunk Love. I think Reign Over Me is one of the best, if not the best Adam Sandler movie. Punch Drunk Love was good. But if you were trying to get something like really like if you want a different side of Adam Sandler, I think that will show you a different side of Adam Sandler. Neither here nor there. Say what you will about him, but he in his own way kind of inspired my musical taste. One of the most prominent instruments on this song is Mike Rutherford's bass. He used a micro frets 6-string bass that he remembered as one of those basses that has tons of character, but it's difficult to play. Not only did I find that the strings are closer together, but I also found the scale length was much shorter. He used a Marshall fuzz through an acoustic amp to get... Wow, that's interesting. Wow, love it. Hey, no problem. I'm going to bring it back so we can kind of let it roll into the next song. Also, by the way, I meant to comment on this and I forgot what it was. Because I got lost in tangent. Phil Collins' drum work is incredibly dynamic. It's incredibly dynamic, and I guess I always kind of felt like I dunked on him because of simply who he was, because he was the soundtrack of the Tarzan movie, and I guess I never really took his drumming seriously. But as I hear everything I've heard of Genesis, I'm like, I need to put my nose back down. I should not nose up to him just because of what he would go on to do in the future, because this, like, his work on this song was particularly nuts. Like, the way you hear just this really pronounced ride, him hitting the bell on the ride while flying all over with the other arm. I'd never really given him the credit he deserves, and I feel like I should be correcting that. And can anybody tell me, was he singing live behind Peter for this? Did they sing harmonies together? Like, did they perform this live? Did they tour this album before Peter left? Let me know. Oh, they did the entire album before it came out. Okay, got it. Thank you for that. I actually kind of love that.
Something solid forming in the air.
This is our guy Phil, isn't it?
And the wall of death is
No, this is Peter.
in Times Square. No one seems to care. They carry on as if nothing was there. The wind is blowing harder now, blowing dust into my eyes.
Got it. Thank you.
The dust settles on my skin, making a crust I cannot move.
The dissonance there.
And I'm hovering like a fly, waiting for the windshield.
You remember the fly in the first song that was flying? I want to go back and hear the drop again because I wasn't prepared for it. Like I'm strapping in, guys. Strap back in. We're gonna run that sucker back. That ripped. That really ripped. And the Mellotron a little, like you hear the fly after. Like again, I'm hovering like a fly. It almost feels like it's self-referential to the fly noise that they captured in the previous song, right? But like I used to tell people before I ever started doing reactions that I thought the best musical drop was on the Boston self-titled album Foreplay Long Time. And I've heard so many drops since then, since we've been doing this journey together, that I feel like that's kind of weak, you know, like small potatoes is in terms of a drop go. But like, you know, before any of my music reaction journey had ever started, it's been such a long time. That part, like going into that, I mean, I still think it's a terrific drop. I'm not dunking on Boston, but you know, because like a guy did that, right? Like, but this drop kind of just takes a dump all over that.
And I'm hovering like a fly, waiting for the windshield on the freeway.
Like just to get hit by a by a car. The Mellotron is in stereo as well. You hear those leads? Really? Birthday party, cheesecake, jelly bean, boom. Lenny Bruce, Lester Banks. I went to the end of the world as we know it because Lenny Bruce is mentioned. Who the frig is Lenny Bruce? Can somebody give me context to this? Forgive me for not knowing. I have a small brain.
Lenny Bruce declares a truce and blazes on the hand. Marshall McLuhan, casual viewing, head buried in the sand. Sirens on the rooftops waiting, but there's no ship sailing. Groucho with his movies trailing stands alone
Thank
with
you.
his punchline failing. Ku Klux Klan serve hot soul food, and the band plays in the mood. The cheerleader waves her cyanide wand. There's a smell of peach blossom and bitter almond. Carl Chessman sniffs the air and leads the parade. He knows, innocent, you can bottle all you made. There's Howard Hughes in blue suede shoes, smiling at the majorette, smoking Winston cigarettes.
Wow. Product placement.
And as the song and dance begins, the children
Me too.
play at home with needles and pins.
This is really, really, really one of those kinds of songs. Like, I think if we do consider Fly on a Windshield as Rail getting hit by a car or something and like dying some sort of death, this feels like perhaps an abstract of death experience, right? So like maybe a lot of what we're hearing isn't to be taken too seriously, but it also feels like this is one of like the irony of the KKK serving hot soul food, you know, like consider to yourself, and maybe this is just me coming from a Southern boy's perspective, okay? Like I'm a child of the South, but soul food is not something that the KKK would be serving. Point blank and period. So it almost feels like even in there is a little bit of irony. You know, the cheerleader waving her cyanide wand, peach blossom and bitter almond. You know, it's like there's this. They paint some huge imagery there with things that are both familiar and kind of unfamiliar, and both in place but seemingly out of place. And so it's like they're certainly playing with an abstract. I always find, you know, Gabriel's lyrics to be kind of interesting because he really steeps himself in imagery in a way that very few artists do. And it's kind of hard to you know, it's kind of hard to come up with written lyricism that is so abstract and yet somehow sensical, right? Like we're able to follow along. The rumors were thick approaching Halloween 2009 that Fish was going to cover this. Oh, wow. I'm going to bring it back a bit.
With needles and pins.
Record needles or like drug needles? Listen to this. I think a lot of people would lose their mind if Fish covers this. Like a lot of people. It's in their wheelhouse, there's no doubt. Listen to that reverb with some modulation, like flange.
Wrapped up in some powdered wound, I guess I'm losing touch. Don't tell me this is dying, 'cause I ain't changed that much. The only sound is water drops. I wonder where the hell I am. Some kind of jam.
Whoa.
Cuckoo Cocoon, have I come to do something for you? There's nothing I can recognize. This is nowhere that I've known. With no sign of life at all, I guess that I'm alone. And I feel so secure that I know this can't be real, but I feel good. Cuckoo Cocoon, have I come to do something for you?
It feels like there is an element of Rail talking to some presence, like Cuckoo Cocoon, have I come too soon for you? But it also feels like there's a little bit of a trade-off in things in this story, right? Like, and I feel so secure that I know this can't be real, but I feel good. And it almost feels like the interplay between real and Rail kind of hit there, right? Like it feels like it could be a little bit of either. This is one of those albums that I think, like, if you were a person that bought the double album back in the day and you sat and listened to it and kind of followed it along, this is every bit a musical, right? Like, this is every bit as good as a movie is. And for it to be a tight 95 minutes, like, that's every bit as good as listening to a movie. But or as watching a movie rather. It feels like there is a comment on, like, this can't be me, but I feel good. Or this might not be real, much in the way one does a psychedelic, but I feel good. I see kind of a double intention with the lyricism there that I'm really appreciating, and even in the way he delivers the lyrics.
I'm alone, I feel so secure that I know this can't be real, but I feel good. Cuckoo, cocoon, have I come too soon for you?
I love this guitar tone. Is that flute from Peter? Were people having the conversation? Forgive me. Were people back then having the conversation of whether whether Ian Anderson or Peter Gabriel was the stronger flute player? I can only imagine both of them having kind of prog rock roots, that conversation just had to have taken place over people sitting around a turntable, right? Not that I'm sitting here asking or saying one way or another, right? Because it's like both of the artists I'm still digging myself into. But I can't help but imagine that people were having that conversation at the time. The guitar tones in this, I'm really finding myself enjoying. My other question being, was Phil Collins the one that's making the percussion sounds? Because in this context, you'll notice that the percussion sounds are very much melodic, right? Not percussive so much as melodic. Thank you for that, guys.
Or some sort of Jonah shut up inside the whale.
Oh, wow.
No, I'm still there, and I'm stuck in some kind of cave. What could have saved me? Cuckoo, cocoon, have I come too soon for you?
Is he putting his voice through like a phaser? This song. Right now, Cuckoo Cocoon is probably my favorite sound I've heard so far. It's like, it's such a extension, it's such a difference. It's like it's really 69, nice. It's really one of those things where it's like you get this hot and heavy like intro movie sequence where we're like in the hustle and bustle of New York, and you're just following around the person that you feel is, you know, that you come to realize is your protagonist, like your main character, like. And you're kind of rooting for the kid with the spray gun, you know, Rail. Like, and honestly, the I'm Rail part is still got, like, that part is still ringing in my loins. Like, I'm still feeling the vibrations from that part. But then you kind of go further in and you get hit with this amazing drop, then this mega transition where we were pretty sensical, and then we were almost like further and further delving into nonsense or abstract or absurdism. But it still feels followable and concise. And then you end up with this kind of ethereal question of, is this real? Am I real? And I can't help but feel like the wordplay, whenever I see the word real, is by design to make me think like this, you know, I feel like it's supposed to make you wonder. Excuse me. I've been working on this bloom sparkling energy. I really enjoy it. And, anyways, let me go back so we can hear the transition. Favorite guitar tone this song though, for sure. volume swells.
I got sunshine in my stomach, like I just rocked my baby to sleep. I got sunshine in my stomach,
The bass is a heartbeat.
but I can't keep me from creeping sleep, sleep deep in the deep.
That transition. Was that okay? For a moment, I was like, "That was a short song." I'm very glad I didn't miss that. Their transitions very prog rock, but you have this bass serving as like a dun, dun, like a heartbeat, and it stays consistent throughout, providing you a really great backbone for the song. But there's a sunshine in my stomach, like I just rocked, and I think somebody mentioned the LSD connection, so I appreciate you doing so. It almost feels like it's a call to psychedelia. Was Genesis into psychedelia? Like obviously their music sounds psychedelic, but were these dudes tripping? And when the keys come in after this, sorry to keep pausing. You remember earlier when I said the bass was a heartbeat? Now the heartbeat is skipping a beat. This is actually tremendously genius. The Mellotron works. It does bring me to the idea that you ever done a psychedelic and kind of wished somewhere about halfway through that it would be over and that you just know your brain tells you this may never end. I might always be like this, but then and you just want it to be over and you start getting yourself stressed out. It kind of feels like there's a little bit of a comment on that, even to the point of being like, all right, just stay in control. Just, got to keep myself good. The comment on the childish belief and having that moment's relief, but then your ego kind of finds you again and the lifeboat burns and your spirit just never learns. It feels a little bit like there is maybe a comment there, and maybe it's not even from his own experience of, his own anecdotal experience, but what he's seen in other people. Because you cannot tell me that there is a you can't tell me that there isn't a connection here if you're a person that's experienced something like that. It feels very much relevant. But at the same time, I can't say that it certainly covered this. It does feel like there is a comment on maybe the interaction between one's ego and one's true self.
Body stretching, feel the wretching in the cage. Get me out of the cage. In the glare of the light, I see a strange kind of sight. Our cages joined to form a star. This person can't go very far. All tied to their things, they're netted by their strings. Free to flutter in memories of their wasted wings.
This isn't a bass, is it? This bass dynamic. I kind of want to run the solo back. Holy cats, was that just like invigorating? It really was like just getting washed with warm sound. And you the way it comes in and the way you kind of hear the different dynamics, and you've got that bass going from like it's an ever-evolving bass tone. Like you get this like really wet, kind of warbly, kind of dripping bass sound, and then you get this like a punk rock proto like rat pedal on a bass guitar kind of sound. It's this, and yes, I absolutely want to see you do that, Bingo. Oh. This. Is he hybrid pick and fingers? This is nuts, dude. I feel like this further lends into the fact that, yeah, this album cover kind of makes a little bit of sense to me when I'm looking at this. You know what I mean? It feels like our guy Rail is literally just trying to get people to acknowledge him, like his brother, and he doesn't see him. And it's like he's ghost dadding. You know? Did you ever see that movie? Not that it's cool to represent Bill Cosby, because anybody that does what that man did, but the movie Ghost Dad, where he's like trying to get people to see him and hear him, and they just don't. You know what I mean? Like the embodiment of a ghost. It feels like that's kind of what's happening here. When in this context where he's like, and I shout out to my brother John. By the way, the parents named their kids Rail and John. Raindrops are falling on my head. Which song came first?
In a trap, feel a strap, holding still, pins for kill. Chances narrow that I'll make it in the cushion, strange jackets, just like 22nd Street.
Got it, thank you.
Precious building, can't take more. Headaches charge, earaches raw. Despair, get me out of despair. If I could change to liquid, I could fill the cracks up in the rocks. I know that I'm solid, and I am my own bad luck.
Yes.
Outside junk disappears when my cage dissolves, and without any reason, my body revolves. Keep on turning, 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 turning around, just spinning
I know we're getting ready to hear more Genesis things, but I've got to say, it's interesting that it feels like he's kind of recognizing his position in his own, like, I know that I am solid and I am my own bad luck. You know what I mean? It feels like get me out of this pain, but it also feels like he kind of acknowledges that he is the reason for it. And there is I don't know. There's something about acknowledging one's own position that is always really powerful in song. Yeah, we can. With that said, if we're gonna let the end of this one ride out, I tell you, I'm gonna, because we're gonna get yeeted by ads here pretty quick. So we're gonna let this one ride out, and then probably have to let the transition happen, and I'll roll it back. Beautiful. Actually, I think I'm just prone to be a guy that loves prog rock, dude. everything about it just gets me really, really, really juiced. Every time I hear, like, and this is good prog, right? Like, I've heard prog that just was not for me, but I really think I'm just a person designed to like prog. And honestly, I don't know that I would have if I didn't have the set of life experiences I do now, because I feel like living the background, like I live a sober lifestyle, right? Like I don't inebriate or intoxicate myself in any way any longer. But I feel like because I have the ability to remember from whence I came, and have the ability to kind of realize my own like psychedelic exploration in that phase of my life, it gives me the ability to maybe have a broader appreciation for the abstract and the things that I can't understand, like a lot of prog lyricism. But then when you put the prog lyricism and storytelling elements into music that is clearly virtuosic, like, again, 1974, yeah, some of these sounds were happening, but I dare you to play the keys like that. I'm not talking to you, Bingo, because I already know you can, but some of the things that were happening, like while you had the organ solo, but then you had another hand that was creating a soundscape of atmosphere, kind of wow. And you had those different kind of moments. And then you had the bass and the bass tone. Like, let's be real. I absolutely think that punk rock's bass tones might have gotten ripped off of prog rock. Like, that's not something I think I ever maybe would have connected before coming to this album, but it feels like that's the case. Like, when I hear this fuzzy bass tone, and like, it's one of those things, like, I think if you're a person that's listened to 4 or 5 strings at a time just critically, the Rickenbacker bass sound stands out really tall. And when you hear it with this fuzz especially, but the way he goes in the dynamics of the bass tone, when you hear the bass as a more than just kind of a foundational instrument, and you hear it more as a melodic, almost lead instrument in times, it's really, really, really incredible to hear how they blend this together. And let's not, lest we forget to glaze Phil Collins in this, the drum work for these transitions, like the madness of his dynamics of going from really fast, really hard hitting to really, really kind of soft moments. There is a lot of I mean, there's just a lot of things to say about this. And to everybody's point, no possible way I pick it all out. So recognize if I don't glaze your favorite part of the song, if you're watching in the future, forgive me. This is easily a juggernaut to dive into, but it feels like watching a movie with my friends, and I really like this. I'm so happy. I really am, guys. I gotta run an ad, but I will be right back. You know, as I'm sitting here reflecting, I was thinking about my first experience with prog rock, like knowing experience. And I think my first experience where I said prog rock is for me is By Tor and the Snow Dog. If you haven't heard that song from Rush, I highly advise it. But that was the first time I ever connected, like, I think I like prog rock. And while that's maybe not as prog-y as what we're hearing here, I think it was probably my entry point into prog rock fanhood. Just putting it out there. Oh, well, I guess bringing it back doesn't really matter here. We back!
It's the last great invention left to mankind.
Death.
Screams a drooping lady, offering her dream dolls at less than extortionate prices. And as the notes and coins are taken out, I'm taken in to the factory floor for the grand parade of lifeless men that you are ready to use.
You hear the train whistle?
The grand parade of lifeless men that you are ready to use.
It went from right to left ear.
Got people stocked in every shade. You must have been doing well with trade. Stamped and dressed in our fatality, the demons out there.
There is this kind of sound, and there is it almost sounds like they intentionally put it through a lot of tape, like to get a lot of like the tape distortion, like modulated tape sounds on his voice. Feels like there's a little bit of a flanger and phaser on his voice. And some sort of like almost like they put his voice through a Leslie speaker cabinet. You know what I mean? Something like that.
I just need a fuse. Got people stocked in every shade. You must have been doing well with trade. Stamped and dressed in our fatality, the demons out there. Personality with profit potential. Marked by a sign, I can recognize some of the production line. They'll buy it at all. And labor bondage, just wrinkled wrappers on human bandage. And of lifeless package already.
Lifeless package.
It's a grand parade of lifeless packaging. I just need a fuse. The hall runs.
It also feels like the Stallion Part 3. Yo, wow, dude, the Stallion. Like, feels like some of those lyrics might have been inspired by Genesis.
It's a grand parade of lifeless packaging.
Lifeless packaging.
The hall runs like clockwork. Their hands mark out the time. Empty in their fullness, like a frozen pantomime. Everyone's a sales representative, wearing slogans in their shrine. Dishing out fail-safe superlative. Brother John is number 9. The grand parade of lifeless packaging. It's the grand parade of lifeless packaging. We just need a fuse. I'm a wiggle on the ceiling, and out there looking me. I see no sign of free will, so I guess I have to be my way. On the grand parade, on the grand parade, on the grand parade, on this grand parade of lifeless
Okay, no transition there. Back in New York City. This is one of those ones where I feel like I'm not gonna. It's like kind of abstract, in a way that I'm not quite sure how to pick it up. And that kind of sits fine with me all the same. So this is now side B. Got it. This is the wait. Back in New York City is the end of side A, and I'm beginning side B right now, or Back in New York City is side B. Either way. Thank you. Peter's dynamics. Listen to the drums.
Can he get into my
descent here. The drumming in this is really kind of just blowing my dick off. Like it's seeing or hearing what our guy is doing is mind blowing. This is not easy time to keep. This is not easy time to keep. And there's like polyrhythmic here, like polyrhythmic stuff here. I think like when you hear the. You've got such an interest. 7/8, got it. There's definitely something huge there. Sir Dude Man, brah, I love you back. Man, in case you didn't know, this is one of my very earliest subscribers coming back with the Prime, and Amazon only gives them one of those. W's for that guy. Literally somebody that's been with me since nearly the beginning of me making videos, period. I know what he means. W's to the homie for going, because we celebrate sober lifestyles here. We celebrate everybody, period. But to those of us that are chilling, hey, and W's for my beloved, beautiful wife who's just gotten home. Everybody, W's for that lady. She's the best. She's the best. Did you have a good time? I'm so happy. I love you. This album is a ripper, by the way. I don't know. Nah. Nah, I don't. I love you. No. Absolutely not. I'll go with you maybe, but we'll see. I love you. This is ripping. This is ripping so hard. This one might actually be one that you could get behind. Okay. Peter Gabriel is such a man. I'm gonna take a shower and then okay. Peter Gabriel is such a man. I'm so down for this. This is so good. What's up, Revert? Hey, yo, and Brain Crumb, welcome to the Rooskies. Whoa. I don't know if I like Rail. Oh. Oh my gosh. In the right ear. Guys, this is a song about hurt people hurting people. Without question. This is a song about hurt people hurting people and not caring that they're hurting people. That's what I'm getting. And when you hear the attitude coming out of Peter here, when you hear just the anger that he's saying, he is equal parts like stage performer, voice actor, like actor in general. There is absolutely something to his ability to capture the thematic through his lyricism and capture his, like, the way he portrays the story in his voice. I'm really taken with it. Somebody get Amargosa whatever they ordered. This was one of the gnarly. This might be my favorite. This might actually be my favorite lyrical take I've heard from Gabriel. It might actually be one of my favorite Peter Gabriel sounds I've ever heard come out of his face. And yeah, I also like the way he presents this. There's such a conviction to the way he sings and performs, and I do mean perform in every sense of the word. Like every sense of the word, this man is a performer. And it, like, when you hear what it is for like him to deliver this way, it's nuts. And when you hear the musical transitions go from like kind of loud and in your face and him screaming to kind of the downbeats, but also kind of dun, 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 dun. This is absolutely bonkers. You've never heard of Genesis? This is exactly why we do this stream. Music discovery. Oh. Phil Collins on drums, ladies and gentlemen. Mellotron for days. What an interlude. Instrumental. That's not a Mellotron, the doo-doo-doo-doo. It's an ARP? Really? Is this volume swells on a guitar or a keys? Thought so. In case you're wondering what I mean by that, a volume swell, in this context, they may have had volume pedals, I'm not sure. Primarily what you would hear from a volume swell oftentimes is maybe you have like a Fender Stratocaster style guitar and you've got somebody pinkying the attack, the volume all the way. He used a pedal. Okay, so in this case, imagine this is all the way up volume, this is all the way down volume, okay? Because it's a pedal. So when you go to pluck the string, you're doing it with the volume all the way down and just really quickly lifting it to where you don't hear the pick attack, like the dirk, right? So it'll be like, instead of hearing ding, you're hearing ding, because you're not hearing the duh, the dirk of the pick. You're not hearing that attack. So when you're hearing the swells, that wheel, he's doing wheel, with the foot pedal. When you hear me say swells, I want you to just think of a man using his right foot on a volume pedal every time he's picking a string, almost giving it like a violin effect. Love you, PJ. Have a good one, friend. Ooh! Down, down. This bass coming in. Got it. Thank you.
The day of judgment's come, and you can bet that I've been resting for this testing, digesting every word the experts say. Erogenous souls, I love you. Without you, what would it all do? Found a girl I wanted to date.
You hear the sound? Like, this really hits hard. Counting the time, like erogenous zones. I love you. I'm counting out time. Got the whole thing down by numbers. All those numbers. Give my guidance. Oh Lord, I need that now. The day of judgment's come, and you can bet that I've been resting for this testing, digesting every word the experts say. Erogenous zones, I love you. Without you, what would a poor boy do? It's kind of interesting, but when you hear this bass tone coming in, then you hear the guitar tones coming in. This is really strong. Kind of.
You can bet that I've been resting for this testing, digesting every word the experts say. Erogenous souls, I love you. Without you, what would it all do? Found a girl I wanted to date.
That tone.
When I'm 5 foot before it's too late. Don't leave, nothing to face.
The bass run. You said Tony. Yeah, Tony. Who's doing the bass on this? Do you guys hear the dynamics? Oh, it's Mike Rutherford. Doy. Listen to the slide up and slide down.
I'm counting out time, hoping it goes like I planned it, 'cause I understand it. Look, I found the hot spots. Fingers one.
That was me, not you.
Still counting out time. I got my finger on the button. Don't say nothing. Just lie there still and I get you turned on just fine. Erogenous songs, I love you. Without you, what would a ball do?
Also, is he talking about like reading a Kama Sutra book or like a pornography like book? And trying to learn from that before he goes, finally gets the business with the chickie? Is that what he's talking about? Like, okay.
Touch and go with one of the cities. Get in trouble in zone number 7. Gotta remember all of my tricks. 7 ahead in number 11. Responses, dilation of the pupils. Honey, get hip. It's time to unzip. Zip, zip, zip. Put it away, Mr. Guitar.
Kind of a brown guitar sound. I want to run that back. You guys want to run that back? That was the goofiest and yet one of the that was one of the guitar solos. Like that was one of them. Like it's got I really think that there's so many I'm seeing the ripple effect that this has in music for sure, but in many different parts of music. It's interesting because as I've been on these deep dive journeys, you really come to see a lot of what music that you listen to, the further you deep dive into places, the more you see it pop up in the music that you already knew. And when you hear that, it was the equivalent of the Peanuts videos, parents talking voice as a guitar solo, but with a lot more silliness to it. Unreal. Mr. Guitar.
Counting out time. Reaction, I'm too happy. Please don't stab me. I'm a red-blooded man, and the book said I could not fail. I'm counting out time. I got unexpected.
This is a sweet, silly, kind of funny song.
Get my money back from the bookstore right away. Erogenous songs, I question you. Without you, what would a boy do? Without you, what would a boy do? Without you, mankind have gone through the roof.
And in context of our story here, it kind of makes sense. Like when a person, I think a lot of people accept the general theme that when a person dies, they kind of remember from whence they came, like the life they lived. They replay moments of their life, blah, blah, blah. Like in maybe in this case, Rail, we don't know necessarily. Like we kind of have an idea that he's kind of a younger guy. At least in my brain, that's what I'm going to. And so maybe he's kind of reflecting on the biggest pivotal moments of his life. And at the same time, it feels like this reflection is kind of both good and bad, remembering the hard and the soft parts. Also, like, he's in some way, shape, or form being tormented by his own brand of hell that he laid out for himself. This is pretty interesting. Yes, I think I'm doing the whole Genesis discography. I'm very interested to see at this point now the transition from Peter to Phil, but like prog Genesis has really been moving me, and it's one of those things that he is not in a Bardo post death. He's literally tripping. Got it. Okay. It's one of those things that it's a journey, like a lot of my dives are, but I feel like Yes and Genesis are both kind of getting the dive treatment just because of my love for prog, like, and what I'm seeing. Like, honestly, I'm continuously blown away with what I've heard. Like, and I don't know that I could say I like one better than the other so much. I mean, right now, still to me, I'd say, CTTE is probably, like, to me right now, still favorite prog rock album. I really like. Yeah, babe. Rooskies, give me a moment. Okay, we back. Sorry. I had a wife that was in the shower that we didn't want to see walk out of the shower. Well, I did, but you don't get to. Because I married her. Bang. Anyways, there is definitely, like, some element of reflection on his life, and that is I think it is something I'm really falling for in this story. Is you kind of are left with this idea of how do we feel about this guy, Rail? And when you see some of the harder parts, you see some of the more tender parts of his life, even through his own reflections, or perhaps reflections of, I don't know, those around him, or like spiritual reflection. It's pretty interesting. As I was saying, I think CTTE is definitely right now, to me, the thing that stands as, like, the prog rock album, just because it's the one I've returned to the most. Like, it's just got so many things. It's got such an emotional uplift, but this is very much in my alley in a different kind of way. It's storytelling at its finest. I mean, and when you have a frontman like Peter Gabriel present it in this way as equal parts, like band leader and actor, as well as just an unbelievably virtuosic singer, like, who can control dynamics like very few people can. I think even to the point of, like, I want to continue to listen to Peter Gabriel and what he did on his own later, because the man's kind of captured my interest. Like, what he does is so far removed from what any other vocalist really does. And this is, I don't know, the amount of respect I'm gaining for this band just going through this. I think right now this is already my favorite Genesis album. I think already this is my favorite Genesis album. It's not, we're not even through side B. And it's like just punching me in the face with, this is amazing. And again, artist in every sense of the word.
Question you, without you, what would a board? Without you, what would a board? Without you, mankind comes through the roof.
You hear all of the screams. It almost feels like this is like you're hearing some sort of idea of hell with these.
There is lamb's wool under my naked feet. The wool is soft and warm, gives off some kind of heat. A salamander scurries into flame to be destroyed. Imaginary creatures are trapped in birth on celluloid.
Is that a harpsichord?
The fleas cling to the golden fleece, hoping they'll find peace. Each thought and gesture a caught in celluloid. There's no hiding in memory. There's no room to avoid. The crawlers.
The bass coming in. I want to go back. This bass entrance was so powerful, but right after, there's no hiding in memory. There's no room to void. It really, it's like there is lamb's wool under my naked feet, which would probably feel really nice. Again, the wool is soft and warm, gives off some kind of heat. A salamander scurries into flame to be destroyed. You immediately go in from like a really warm, kind of fulfilling and kind imagery, and comforting imagery, to an immediately bad one. You know, imaginary creatures are trapped in birth on celluloid, which feels like an abstract. The fleas cling to the golden fleece, which almost, the lamb's wool fleece, right? With fleas clinging to it, there is. Again, it changes your perspective on the lamb's wool. It kind of gets darker and darker and darker as you go, hoping that the fleas will find peace. And, even each thought and gesture are caught in celluloid. There's no hiding in memory. There's no room to void. I really, 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 you think it says avoid? The piano sound, it's such a wide, like a welcoming sound, and it opens up with welcoming imagery. I would say avoid. Lyric sites are what they are, though. Yeah, fair enough, without me having the fold. But the way that this comes in, tremendous. A void.
To the golden fleece, hoping they'll find peace. Each thought and gesture a caught in celluloid. There's no hiding in memory. There's no room to avoid.
I heard void, even when I didn't look.
In the red ochre corridor, for my second sight of people, they've more lifeblood than before. They're moving in time to a heavy wooden door, where the needle's eye is winking, closing on the pore. The carpet crawlers need their corners.
Is that Phil in the background? Did you hear the harmony coming in with the carpet? Like that's terrific. We've got to, like, with the carpet crawlers heed their callers. You can that combination of their voice is just so juicy, dude.
Where the needle's eye is winking, closing on the pore. The carpet crawlers heed their corners. We gotta get him to get out. We gotta get him.
More volume swells on the guitar. You've got one hand flying an arpeggio, and then you've got another hand just providing some sort of like synthy atmosphere, or organ atmosphere, which I think that I think that when you hear what it is that that Tony Banks does, there's really, really, really something special about the way he's able to be both a lead and an atmospheric presence.
We gotta get him to get out. We gotta get him to get out. There's only one direction in the faces that I see. It's upward to the ceiling, where the chamber's said to be. like the forest fight for sunlight that takes root in every tree. They are pulled up by the magnet, believing they're free. The carpet crawlers, heed their callers. We've gotta get in to get out. We've gotta get in to get out.
Yo, Ravik, thank you for the Prime. Amazon only gives you one of those.
Mild man and Superman are held in.
I think that this might be one of my favorite dynamic songs. Like, I don't know if it's my favorite song quite yet from the album, but this is one of the songs that I think really displays a side of Genesis that I haven't necessarily seen before. You have the, again, when you hear just the in-your-face harmonies from Peter and Phil, you kind of realize, like, the sum of this band's parts is mind-blowing. Mind-blowing. You have those two guys. Like, and Phil is doing this while drumming. You know, like, even if the drums come in the way they do, like, just kind of, you know, steady with the 4/4, there is absolutely a present and a dynamic to it. And for him to be hitting this, and again, as some of these get out moments, like, it's not easy when you have people adjusting key and singing to, like, match the speed at which they adjust, okay? Like, you have to go at the same velocity, and anybody that sings harmonies can tell you, if you're not changing at the same velocity as the other person, it can crash over itself. Hearing the way that they do this is so wonderfully tasteful, and it's a side of Genesis that I've not seen in as, you know, in as many words.
Mild man and Superman are held in kryptonite, and the wise and foolish virgins giggle with their bodies glowing bright. Through the door a harvest feast is lit by candlelight. It's the bottom of a staircase, but spirals out of sight. The carpet crawlers heed their callers.
This song is incredible.
To get out. We gotta get in to get out. We gotta get in to get out. The porcelain mannequin with shattered skin fears attack, and the eager pack lift up their pictures. They carry all they lack. The liquid has congealed, which has seeped out through the crack, and the tickler takes his tickle back. The carpet crawlers.
It's progressively building, guys.
Crawlers. We gotta get in to get out. We gotta get in to get out. We gotta get in to get out. Got to get out.
The round now. It almost sounds like there's just the tiniest hint of like steel drums there in the background. But when you hear just the hi-hat work from Phil, I initially thought it was 4/4, but when you listen, it sounds like he's running 16ths on the snare and then or on the hi-hat and then hitting snare. But it also it's like his fills are they're delicate. They're kind of unobtrusive, but also completely full. There's a lot of, yeah, lots of ghost strokes, as they say. Yeah, absolutely. This is one of this might be my favorite one for just the dynamic take, like hearing the way that they, like, honestly, like, on this album's had some bangers, dude. I'm sitting here just like kind of revisit, like, there's been certain moments that I'm like, yes, absolutely, right? But then there's kind of other moments where I'm like, some of the songs progress the story such as we see it. Some of the songs just present beautiful atmosphere and dynamics. Some of the songs, they were all 24 or 23 when they made this. That's bonkers. Mild-mannered supermen are held in kryptonite. Again, kind of going into a prison concept. Like, it feels like this theme of being trapped is ever present throughout this album. And again, we've got to get in to get out. Like, you have to go to prison to get out of prison. Like, it feels very much like the feeling of being trapped in one's own mind and one's own psychosis and one's own personal hell, whatever you might want to call it. There's absolutely that theme ever present throughout. It feels like even a comment on, you know, again, maybe the psychosis that Rail might be experiencing, if it's Rail tripping, for example, like what that trip must feel like. And, you know, the porcelain mannequin with shattered skin fears attack. When you think about what a porcelain mannequin is with shattered skin, it's already broken, but it's afraid to be more broken. And like, when you consider some of the way they say things, it changes the dynamic of the song. Unrelated to everything I have just said, after an incredibly heavy listening experience last night, going through Tool's 10,000 Days, which is an album that I truly, truly, truly loved, but it was heavy on my heart. There's something really lovely about just kind of feeling like I'm watching this music. You know, it's so storytelling in nature. It's so thematic. And to hear Peter Gabriel in his delivery and his dynamic and his presentation, and then to realize Phil Collins is behind him, you know? This, I mean, it really has this ability to just, like, whisk you away in an ethereal nature, for sure, to your point, but also it has the ability to just rub you in the face and go against grain kind of itself. And it feels like a reflection of both the good and the bad of life, or at least this one person's life. It feels like it's maybe like a, I don't know, like, you're seeing him in his reflection of life, but you're also seeing him in his experience of personal hell. And yeah, like, again, what I'm hearing, all of them, the way they blend their sounds together is incredible. Fish absolutely is Genesis coded. There's a story Gabriel created on the back of the Genesis Live 73 album. The story's lyricism caught Willie Frederick's attention. He wanted to co-write with them to create movie scripts. I could believe that. Those sustained guitar notes. Listen to the guitar. Hey, babe, Jules says hi. She said, hey. Wake up, got out of bed, dragged a comb across my head. Anybody else get hit with that moment there for just even the littlest bit? Because that's kind of what that moment of transition sounded like to me. Not that I'm saying it's derivative, just that I'm saying it reminded me of that moment. And you don't think it going from this moment to that moment.
At the top of the stairs, there's hundreds of people running around to all the doors.
The bass line.
Try to find themselves an audience. Their deductions need applause. The rich man stands in front of me, the poor man behind my back. They believe they can control the game, but the juggler holds another pack. I need someone to believe in, someone to trust. I need someone to believe in, someone to trust.
Phil Collins, ladies and gentlemen. Phil Collins. Do you realize to change tempo and time signature in a song is one of the hardest brain breaks a drummer can try to approach? The way he does it here, going from this kind of upbeat thing to the point that it feels like the music took a Zoloft and really slowed down. And you just have this dun on the bass drum with just, I need someone to believe in, someone to trust. Phil Collins, ladies and gentlemen. W's for Phil Collins. Oh my gosh.
I'd rather trust a countryman than a town man.
Ah!
You can judge by his eyes, take a look if you can. You smile through his guard. Survival trains hard.
In the face. Babe, you might really love
I'd rather
this.
trust a man who works with his hands. He looks at you once, you know he understands. Don't need any shield.
The bass lines.
In the field. But down here, I'm so alone with my fear.
Yo, shots fired, Uncle Bert.
With everything that I hear and every single door that I've walked through brings me back here again. I've got to find my own way. The priest and the magician singing all.
You guys want to run that part back? Holy cats. But down here, I'm so alone with my fear, with everything that I hear, and every single door that I've walked through brings me back here again. Again, this guy is kind of in the endless hallway. If you know, you know. You know, it's absolutely, again, trapped and kind of cyclical, like he's Groundhog Daying or you know, like running through the Scooby-Doo hallway. Like he just ends up in the same place no matter what. And it's one of those things. Yeah, he's looping and the song does the same thing. When you have that transition from this moment, like this admission of I'm so alone with my fear, with everything that I hear and no matter where I go, it all brings me back to being alone and afraid. And then the transition into this upbeat, uplifting, like how?
Down here, I'm so alone with my fear. single door.
Even the way he allows his voice to crack. And every
Through brings me back here again.
gets big and ethereal.
About to find my own way. The priest and the magician singing all the chants that they have ever heard, and they're all calling out my name. Even academics searching printed word. My father to the left,
Bill Collins.
my mother to the right. Like everyone else, they're pointing, but nowhere feels quite right. And I need someone to believe in, someone to trust. I need someone to believe in, someone to trust. I'd rather trust a man who doesn't shout what he's found. There's no need to sell if you're homeward bound. If I choose a side, he won't take me for a ride. Back inside this chamber of so many doors, I've nowhere to hide. I'd give you all of my dreams if you'd help me.
Oh my gosh.
Find a door that doesn't lead me back again.
The way he delivers this.
Take me away.
Can we get W's for bombastic piano runs? Ba-da-ding! This song, I think actually just be the last two songs. Carpet Crawlers into Chamber of 32 Doors, I think were my favorite. Yeah, we're going to do an ad for sure. But this is just...
Take me away.
that hits right, dude. And that ends side B. So no, we're not stopping. We're just going to take a quick ad break, and then we're going to go into side C and finish her up. I'm doing the whole thing. Guys, that's the last two songs of side B were just Super Saiyan mega bangers. They were just, I mean, honestly, the dynamics that you hear in them, the lyricism, the way our story kind of goes, and, you know, we've commented on the person that we think Rail might be. We've commented on the person that the parts that we may not like, but somehow we find ourselves having a sympathy for him. Even in this, like, it almost feels like a comment on, like, the idea of dying without a belief system or something. But I could also be completely far off there. Like, it just seems like there's this endless searching for something after the fact, you know? And, like, all you have left for the life you've lived is loneliness and fear, and endless searching. It's man. And the idea of needing somebody to believe in and someone to trust, and then, like, I'd rather trust a man who doesn't shout what he's found. You know, like, that could be a comment on, like the magician or the priest, right? Like, shouting, like soapboxy kinds of things, like telling you what to believe. There's no need to sell if you're homeward bound. If I choose a side, he won't take me for a ride. It's a very interesting concept, and then you fall right back into the chamber. It's like what he's finding in the doors are things that don't resound with him, and like it just all leads him back to the bad spot. This was incredible. I definitely think I find that I liked all of it. Okay. That's a good start, huh? This has been a good one. I'll be right back. Gotta run an ad. And guys, let's do this thing, shall we? I guess we are now hopping in to side C. Where does side D begin? I'm guessing just the colony of Slippermen. I'm guessing, if I had to, just looking at the time. Let's close this thing down, shall we? What a ride this has been. Here it goes.
The chamber was in confusion, all the voices shouting loud. I could only just hear a voice quite near say, please help me through the crowd. Said if I helped her through, she could help me too, but I could see that she was wholly blind. From her pale face and her pale skin, a moonlight shines. Lilywhite Lilith, she gonna take you through the tunnel of night.
Oh.
Lilywhite Lilith, she gonna lead you right.
Is it 3-4 for a moment?
When I played her through the people, the angry noise began to grow. She said, let me feel the way the breezes blow, and I'll show you where to go. So I followed her into a big round haze. She said, they're coming for you now, don't be afraid. Then she sat me down on a cold stone throne, carved in jade, Lilywhite Lilith.
Are we to assume that Lilywhite Lilith, W's for my beautiful wife, by the way, are we to assume that Lilywhite Lilith is like the angel of death kind of escorting him to wherever he's gonna be? Is that that's kind of the vibe I'm getting here? I could be wrong, but it feels as though, like, I don't know. Okay. I just kind of was getting that theme from it, but I didn't want to be like presumptuous. And I played a game. So Lilith is a video game and a card game character, and there's like you know, if you know who Lilith is, if you know, you know. But that's immediately where my brain went because of who Lilith in the game is.
Don't be afraid. Then she sat me down on a cold stone throne, carved in jade, Lilywhite Lilith. She gonna take you through the tunnel of night. Lilywhite Lilith, she gonna lead you right. She leaves me in my darkness. I have to face my fear. And the darkness closes in on me. I can hear a whirring sound growing near. I can see the corner of a tunnel lit up by whatever's coming here. Two golden globes flew into the room, and a blaze of white light fills the air.
This When I'd led her through the people, the angry noise began to grow. She said, "Let me feel the way the breezes blow, and I'll show you where to go." Almost like when she's talking about when he's talking about the people, I'm brought to his parents and the people that were like, again, my father to the right, my mother to the left, like they're pointing, but nothing feels quite right. That's kind of where my brain is going, right? Like it almost feels like the people are the people of his life, almost as if they're like they're the ones that are going to decide based on his life. Like the people that he left behind are the ones that are going to decide his fate based on Lilith's impression of what those people felt like. And then she sat me down on a cold stone throne carved in jade. She's going to take you through the tunnel of night. Lily, she's going to lead you right. She leaves me in darkness. I have to face my fear, and the darkness closes in on me. I can hear a whirring sound growing near. I can see the corner of the tunnel, lit up by whatever's coming here. 2 golden globes float in the room, and a blaze of white light fills the air. Dude. Look at my wife over there buffing Jerry Garcia.
I can hear a whirring sound growing near. I can see the corner of the
It's all the people trying to find the door. Got it.
by whatever's coming here. Two golden globes float into the room, and a blaze of white light fills the air.
Mellotron moment. The waiting room is improvised, huh? Okay. Proto noise rock, dude. Well, I guess that would be the Velvet Underground, actually. Proto 8-bit sound. Oh. Who owns the rights to this? Beautiful. WMG. It's gonna go up on YouTube faster than we thought. Man, they captured some noises. This moment makes this album cover make some sense to me. I was literally getting ready to say, I feel like I'm hearing Fripp, But I don't want people to like take a dump on me on YouTube, but I'm glad somebody else said it so I could also say it. Also, it just occurred to me, did you notice Rail doesn't have a mouth there, but all of the people behind him do? It feels like this is the moment that he's kind of getting escorted by Lilith, almost. I'm not quite sure. It like you can kind of place different moments around, and like I mean, the more you hear, the more chaos kind of reminds me. Dude. Tension and release, baby. Collins, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, wow. Definitely contemporary to Floyd. In this moment here, at least. Time signature change. I want to revisit that moment where we go from two totally different time signature, like from one to another, and they all eventually syncopate. Well, thanks. Here it is. Dude. There's the switch. The call and response moment. Phil Collins, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my gosh. Phil literally just stopped. It was like, nah, guys, I'm driving. And you just see it evolve, and then they kind of respond to the way he's decided it goes now. I love that. For that to be improvised, yes. I can't agree more. Literally, if he's gone on record and saying that this is his best drum work, he would know, right? But have I not been waxing like that dude this whole time? I have totally glazed him this entire album, and if I'm being honest, I did not glaze him in the other albums nearly as much as I'm glazing him in this one, because what I'm hearing is truly special and has provided me a totally different impression on what it is, Philly cheesesteak Collins does. Like, I don't know why I just said Philly cheesesteak. That was perhaps rude, and I shouldn't say that. So do forgive me, because it's really coming from a term of endearment position from me. But the way he did that transition, the way he I mean, dude, I'm really impressed with that. I'm tremendously impressed. I see what you did there, Google. Ooh.
All the pumping's nearly over for my sweetheart. This is the one for me. Time to meet the chef. Oh boy, the running man is out of death. Feel cold and old, it's getting hard to catch my breath. It's back to ash. Now you've had your flash, boy. The rocks in time.
Oh, it's about death, huh?
Say she comes on a pale horse, but I'm sure I hear a train. Oh boy, I don't even feel no pain.
This is a very interesting perspective on death. Like, all pumping's nearly over for my sweetheart. Like, in my brain, I'm thinking pumping blood, right? Like a heart pumping. This is the one for me. Time for me to meet the chef. And in this case, I'm thinking of the chef as like creator of man. Oh boy, running man is out of death. Like, feel cold and old, and it's getting hard to catch my breath, as if he knows he's dying, right? Like a recognition of his own demise. Back to ash, like returning to the world, and you've had a flash boy. You've had your flash boy. The rocks in time compress, your blood to oil, your flesh to coal, enrich the soil. Not like he's talking about his body being returned to the ground, like to its like core parts, right? Anyway, they say she comes on a pale horse. I'm guessing not plale horse, like a pale horse being, like a biblical reference, like the man that sat on him was death and hell followed with him. But I'm sure I hear a train, kind of like being surprised of what you thought death was going to be like. I didn't even feel no pain. I guess I must be driving myself insane.
I guess I must be driving myself insane. Damn it all. 'Cause I've got a hole in heaven. Or heaven plug a hole in earth.
Very contemporary to Floyd sounds here. Total change here. Oh. Oh. If that was the guitar solo, I think it's wrong to say that it beats like Fifth of Firth. it. I like it a lot, but I don't think it's better. Because that guitar solo is what probably truly brought me back, if I'm just calling it like it is, right? Like, I think that that's probably the reason we're here today in a lot of respects. While I'm walking around confident that I absolutely like this better, I'm also confident that I wouldn't be here if not for that. I think Anyway is tremendous. I'm definitely about it. But yeah, just meant to transition. Yeah, no. And again, I'm not. Again, I think it's a necessary piece. Like, but it's just a different kind of. It's just not the same. I think I might agree with you there, Gizhenge. Tony Banks, ladies and gentlemen.
I feel the pull on the rope, let me off at the rainbow. I could have been exploding in space, different orbits from my bones. Not me, just quietly buried in stones. Keep pretending over with my maker. See me stretch the God's elastic acre. The doorbell rings and it's good morning rail. So sorry you have to wait. It won't be long. Yeah, she's very, very late.
Can we just acknowledge how good a storyteller Peter Gabriel has been through this as not only just like a voice actor, as a musician, as a singer, as a lyrical delivery machine. Like, his voice is again an instrument, and just as much as any of these like piano bits, guitar solos are. But his presence and storytelling through this is just bonkers. And to know that there is, thank you for that. To know that there is like a kind of this theme, like this recurring theme going throughout it, it's powerful stuff.
Yeah, she's very, very late.
I like this for almost the same reasons I like musicals. And I know a lot of people think it's weird that I like musicals, and I think that I think appreciators of music, oh, no problem. I think appreciators of music, like real appreciators of art and music, kind of see a good musical is oftentimes a fantastic album in its own right. And it's storytelling and it's thematic. And I feel like maybe like when you see it for just the music in this context, like, again, this could absolutely have been a musical. But it kind of makes it even better in my brain to kind of, because I'm not a visually imaginative person, but to see, like, to hear this, to kind of follow it along, to kind of make my own imagery in my brain based on what I think, based on like my particular background of life, you know, just the same as everyone. You know, we all bring ourselves into this listening experience. And we all get to kind of converse and talk and see each other's perspectives while still having our own. And I think that's what makes listening to music like this special. This is truly like a listen in the basement with your friends kind of album and talk about it. And I really wish that like that still existed. Maybe it does. Maybe like, I mean, I know it existed for me and my friends in my younger 20s, but I hope that there are still kids out there listening to music together in a basement being like, dude, have you heard this? And just sitting down and crunching out albums. Because, I mean, truly, it was a quintessential part of my life. And I think that my time with you guys really is in my own way kind of recreating my some of my favorite moments of my youth of listening to music in basements, you know? I have not, Study. Here comes the supernatural Anaesthetist. Anaesthetist. I'm a small brain.
If he wants you to snuff it, all he has to do is puff it. He's such a fine dancer.
Somebody. Oh. He's such a dancer. Oh. Oh. He's such a fine dancer. I want you guys to be listening to the different tones of the left and the right ear of the keys there. You have the bass notes in the right ear, and you have the high-pitched notes in the left ear. Listen to this. Oh. The guitar is the lyrical delivery machine here. So is Ego Death, Study. These reverse, like tape sounds. I think that's what I'm hearing. Presence building. And so I feel like that instrumental was just saying, it won't be long, she's very rarely late.
Scent grows richer. He knows he must be near.
Okay, that's what I thought. It's almost like we were in a waiting room there. It's almost like we were in a waiting room in that last song. You know what I mean? Here comes the supernatural and Anaesthetist. However one says it, it kind of feels like that's like the hold music, please, for whomever is coming, like meeting death. I don't know.
The scent grows richer. He knows he must be near. He finds a long passageway lit by
That's what I'm saying.
chandelier. Each step he takes, the perfumes change from familiar fragrance to flavors strange. A magnificent chamber meets his eye.
Oh, Dadoy, Walt. You've got listen to the keys again. You've got the lower sounding keys, like it kind of feels like we're in the middle C territory here on the left, but then up here, like on the right, you've got the higher pitch stuff, and it's just nice.
Some chamber meets his eye. Inside a long rose water pool is shrouded by fine mist. Stepping in the moist silence with
Wow.
a warm breeze he's gently kissed. Thinking he is quite alone, he enters the room as if it were his own. But ripples on the sweeping water reveal some company unthought of. Rail stands astonished, doubting his sight, struck by beauty, gripped in
You hear these
fright.
flangy guitar tones, flangy reverby stuff?
3 vermilion snakes of female face, the smallest motion filled with grace. Muted melodies fill the echoing hall.
Bill Collins!
is-
Listen to the drum pans. Okay. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. You go from the left ear to the right ear.
Face, the smallest motion filled with grace. Muted melodies fill the echoing hall. But there is no sign of warning in the siren's call. Rail, welcome, we are the Lamia of the moon. We have been waiting for our waters to bring you cool.
Oh. Bill Collins' drums are all over your ears right now. The transition. Delicate and tasty. Mmm.
Putting fear beside him, he trusts in beauty blind. He slips into the nectar, leaving his shredded clothes behind. With their tongues they test, taste, and judge all that is mine. They move in a series of caresses that glide up and down my spine.
Whoa.
As they nibble the fruit of my flesh, I feel no pain. Only a magic that a name would stain. With the first drop of my blood in their veins, their faces are convulsed in mortal pains. The fairest cries, we all have loved you well.
The harmonies there on We All Have Loved You Rail add such a crazy and kind of beautiful yet heartbreak. It's like they're kind of lovingly heartbroken for him. Is like the way I'm getting this, like, and it's like finally you get a little bit of reprieve in a sense for our guy, like putting fear beside him. Like he's able to not just be alone with his fear any longer. It might just be it might just be octaves.
No pain, only a magic that a name would stain. With the first drop of my blood in their veins, their faces are convulsed in mortal pains. The fairest cries, We all have loved you well.
Yep.
Each
This is the
empty
first
snake-like body floats, silent sorrow in empty boats. A sickly sourness fills the room, the bitter harvest of a dying bloom. Looking for motion I know I will not find. I stroke the curls now turning pale, in which I'd lain entwined. Oh, Lamia, your flesh that remains I will take as my food. It is the scent of garlic that lingers on my chocolate fingers.
Whoa. He's letting Lamia, like, feed on his flesh.
Looking behind me, the water turns icy blue. The lights are dimmed, and once again the stage is set for you.
Oh. I'm good. I want to run that back. Honestly, I gotta say that guitar solo was not the most virtuosic thing I've heard this man do, but it was the most feeling and emotion I ever have gotten out of a Genesis guitar solo sound. Like the articulate nature of it. It was a feeling solo. It was not like it wasn't like he just decided to like shred the piss out of his guitar. It's like he wanted his guitar to kind of weep, you know? And I like that. I like that he didn't have to be superfluous. He didn't have to be ostentatious in this. It was what the song needed for the whole entire journey that we've walked on, and for the vibe that this song has. And then you have Phil just being a madman behind him, you know, and you've got the accompaniment. I want to hear that whole thing. It was incredible. I really got a lot out of that. The flute there at the end. This is incredible. Good music is good. This is the album, The Lamb Dies Down on Broadway. Or The Lamb Lies Down on Broadway, forgive me, by Genesis. This has been one of the most amazing musical journeys ever. 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 It's I mean, there aren't many songs that do what there aren't many albums that do what this album does. The storytelling, I mean, dude. I'm so glad this is the album I'm listening to today. After the heaviness of last evening, you know, I gotta say, and if you're on YouTube, you don't know what I'm talking about, but after the heaviness of last evening, this is just a much needed, you know, uplifting. Not that it's uplifting, but it's like watching a like Coen Brothers movie. I'm kind of joking about that, but it's like, you know, it's had like, again, this is one of those albums where like not only is it about the journey and the friends you made along the way, but it just tells a friggin' amazing story. Even though it's and it's abstract, even I'm really liking this a lot, guys. Like, it's a totally different kind of thing than CTTE, but it's not. I don't know that they're comparable albums. They just both happen to be prog rock albums. You know what I'm saying? Like that. It's like. This is one I'm absolutely excited to just re-listen to, for sure. Silent Sorrow in Empty Boats. I guess we passed the test, huh? The swells. The bombastics. Remember volume swells like we talked about? This has been amazing. How do people not like this choral part? You know what I'm saying? How do people not like this? When this part? Ah! A glass harp is a very interesting instrument. If you don't know what one is, look it up. Yo, thank you, Michael. I appreciate the heck out of it, friend. People keep telling me I would love Eno albums. little pats? Listen, it sounds like you've got Phil hitting his lap with the drumstick. You hear the little paps there in the back? It's such a delicate thing, but it adds such a je ne sais quoi to me. I think this is tremendous, dude. That angelic choir panning. Oh, man. That was beautiful, dude. The Colony of Slippermen. Oof. This is brown, isn't it? Golly goodness, is that a brown intro if I've ever heard one? And this is side 4, right? Like we're on the finishing stretch here, huh? Feels like they borrowed Middle Eastern concepts for this. Whoa. Their stereo panning is nuts on this part. If you close your eyes and dig in, there's a lot to find. Huh?
I wander lonely as a
Huh? From here? This is where it started. I don't know why I thought that was going a different way. A bubba tea bub.
I wandered lonely as a cloud till I came upon this dirty street. I've never seen a stranger crowd Slippertigullions on squeaky feet.
It just occurred to me. I was about to make a faux pas and say, I'm getting some Yes vibes from this. But it occurred to me that it's not that I'm hearing Wakeman, right? It's that they probably used the same gear. And people probably didn't know enough to connect the dots that they were just hearing two different virtuosic, mind-blowingly good musicians playing the same gear. And my small brain just connected that dot. I don't think I don't think people are ignorant about musicians. I think they're ignorant about gear. Food for thought.
Till I came upon this dirty street, I've never seen a stranger crowd. Slippertigullions on squeaky feet, continually pacing with nonchalant embracing. Each orifice disgracing, one facing me moves to say hello.
Hello.
Your skin's covered in slimy lumps, with lips that slide across each chin. His twisted limbs like rubber stumps. I waved in welcome, say please join in. My grip must be flipping, cause his handshake keeps slipping. My hopes keep on dipping, and his lips keep on smiling all the time.
You hear the echoes like on his voice. It's not at all it's such a different approach to his vocal editing. It kind of sounds like he's singing it in a box with the echoes coming back to the microphone.
Hey. Your skin's all covered in slimy lumps, with lips that slide across each chin. His twisted limbs like rubber stumps. I waved in welcome, say please join in. My grip must be flipping, cause his handshake keeps slipping.
Right there.
My hopes keep on dipping, and his lips keep on smiling all the time.
We love you, have tasted love. Don't be alarmed at what you see. You yourself are just the same as what you see in me.
Like you. Like
You better watch it, son. Your sentence has only just begun. You better run and join your brother John.
Remember earlier when I said voice actor, like he was equal parts performer, vocalist, lyrical delivery machine, instrument, and performer? This is the bit I'm talking about, where I'm like, he is so many parts thrown into one. This is bonkers. And I'm at the edge of my seat with him talking to Slipperman here. Like, even you better watch it, son. Your sentence has only just begun. You better run and join your brother. Yeah. Like, there's something that's incredibly like, hey. And then immediately right after that, you just get this upbeat, like, and he's like, wait a minute, I'm like you? What are you talking about? Like, I'm like you? What are you talking about? It's
Sentence has only just begun. You better run and join your brother John.
ah.
You're in the colony of Slippermen. There's no one all around. You get out, you got to ride. To see Dr. Dyke live on Sniper Hill without the Windshield driver. John and I are able.
Has there ever been a comparison of this album to Dante's Inferno? I'm just asking. Can somebody do a quick Google search for me? I feel like there's got to have been.
Understand my nothing of your time.
Don't delay, number into a tube. It's a yellow plastic shooby-doo. It says no, your biggest detail. Got me safe in our pickle. Suddenly black cloud come down from the sky. It's a supersized blackbird that sure can
fly. Got it. Is his brother John dead before he ever got here? Was John dead and also potentially in the depths of hell? Oh. Nah? The bass line here is so massive, but behind the keys.
The Ravine brings on darkness and night. He flies right down, gives me one hell of a fight.
Bum, bum. Oh, Phil Collins.
Man, I gotta find where that blackbird lands. Look here, John, I've got to run. I need you now, you're going to come. He says to me, now can't you see? Where the raven flies, there's jeopardy. We've been cured on the couch, now you're sick with your grouch. I'll not risk my honey pouch, which my slouch, the west slung very low. He walks away and leaves me once again. Even though I never learned, I hoped he showed you some concern.
Rail is kind of a selfish dingleberry from time to time. Like, I've had such bad feelings for him. I have disliked him. I've felt sympathy for him. And I almost feel like that's the emotional roller coaster that our man Peter Gabriel here intended for us to be riding on. Like, we don't necessarily know whether to feel good or bad for him. But also, it's like there's these moments where you're like, well, yeah, you don't know. Yeah, you don't, like... You know, no one's going to have concern for you because you never learn. Like, you know, nobody should be required to meet like a bad person where they're at doing bad things, right? Like that expectation is totally unfair and selfish. But at the end of the day, nobody wants to be walked away from, and I can recognize and like that feeling in my own self, like when I'm considering from whence I came, you know. I can see what you were making with the protagonist being a bit of a dingus going through a mystical experience. I mean, dude is more concerned about getting his money back than the fact that he left his lady unsatisfied. Not a strong protagonist, just saying. Man, this is one of the gnarliest kind of listening experiences I've ever had, where I'm really wrestling with how I feel about the everything.
float away. Watch you
Dude.
float away. Watch you float away.
Woof. Tow Truck TV. Holy actual cats, my friend. It is fantastic to see you. One of my very, very earliest followers and subscribers. Ah, man, it's fantastic to have you by. Guys, I'm going to run an ad because it's, Twitch is going to make me, but then we're going to close this bizzle down. This has been a wild ride. I think my favorite part of the colony, honestly, because I heard people kind of discussing it. I think it was the voice acting. I think it was the conversation between, between Slippermen and Rail. I feel like there's something about the presence that he brings with the voice acting that is just so monumentally in your face, gnarly and fun, and I love it. And to think that they performed this, right? Like this is a work that they played all the way through. Anyways, I will be right back. All right, friendos, it is time to, it's time to make the rest of this shindig happen. Let's close this beauty out. It looks like we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 songs to go, and they're all definitely on the shorter nature. So let's knock this one down. Ravine. Or Raven. The Ravine. Or the Raven. Nope, the Ravine. My brain is real small. That atmosphere there. Ravine and Raven is one of his wordplays. Makes perfect sense to me. Almost has a theremin sound to it. Yo, Bean Juice, welcome to the Rooskies, friend. I thought I was gonna have words. Lamb dies down on... The light dies down on Broadway. Ho, ho.
As he walks along the gorge's edge, he meets the sense of yesteryear. In the bank above his Is this the way out from the endless sea? Or just an entrance to another dream? And the light dies down.
Listen to the snare run.
But as the skylight.
Anybody else notice that we've kind of revisited the very beginning theme? You know, like when you go with the lamb when you go, I'm getting mixed up because I'm looking at the words. The lamb lies down on Broadway and the light dies down on Broadway. It's like they revisit that theme, you know, where you know, with a little bit more of a softer nature, almost as if it's like more of a somber approach to it. Yo, Bean Juice, you're hearing the man, the myth, the legend, Phil Collins hitting those drums. That's why you're like, dude.
But as the skylight beckons him to leave, he hears a scream from far below. Within the raging water rides the form of Brother John. He cries for help. The gate is fading now, but open wide. But John is drowning. I must decide between the freedom I had in the rat race, or stay forever in this forsaken.
What's he gonna do? Is he gonna?
He makes for the river.
He did it!
And the gate is gone. Back to the boy where it came from. And the light dies down. Down on Broadway.
He decided to go and save his brother instead of trying to escape. He did the bigger thing. Ah! I did not see our guy doing that. I really thought he was going to be a putz the whole way through. Ah! And the flute! What a turning point! What a hard left here! Huh? And then they throw us into the funk? The first two sentences of the song listed are story, not lyrics. tripping. Take you a while to warm up to this. He rushes to the cliff and scrambles down the rocks. It takes him a long time to get down to the water, trying to keep up with the current at the same time. As he nears the water's edge, he sees John losing strength. Okay.
I begin to try to ride the Scree. The rocks are tumbling all around me. If I want John alive, I gotta ditch my fear, take a dive. But I've still got my drive to survive.
Evil and evil, you got nothing on me.
The Stallion.
Evil and evil, you got nothing on me.
I mean, I liked it. It's part of the story. I think I'm invested in the story at this point. Kind of brown at the end, huh? No, he went. The drum bit is so good. Board fade. Okay. Very delicate for being in rapids, huh?
Moving down the water, John is drifting out of sight. It's only at the turning point that you find out how you fight. In the cold, feel the cold.
Those rakes.
All around. And the rush of crashing water surrounds me with its sound, striking out to reach you. I can't get through.
Did you hear that very delicate harmonic played on the guitar? Bow! And it's like it had a little bit of like vibrato or tremolo going for it at the same time with some reverb.
I can't get through.
Hang on. Oh.
Its sound, striking out to reach you. I can't get through to the other side. When you're racing in the rapids, there's only one way, that's to ride. Taken down by the undertow. I'm spiraled down the riverbed. My fire is burning low.
Oh my gosh.
Catching hold of a rock that's firm. mine. It's mine.
I have goosebumps. I have goosebumps. Oh my gosh. The power of music. Holy actual cats, guys. That moment. Oh, he saved himself. Oh. Oh. I'm almost sad that this album is ending. This is one of the best movies I've ever seen. He saved himself.
We're out of this at last. Something's changed. That's not your face. It's mine. It's mine.
I'm your Venus, I'm your fire, your desire. The payoff for this.
When it's cold, it comes slow. It's warm, just watch it grow.
The guitars. I'm just sitting here reflecting on this, man. Man. What a journey.
When you eat right through it, you see everything alive. It is inside the spirit, breathing up grit to survive. If you think that it's pretentious, you'll be taken for a ride. Look across the mirror, Sally, before you choose the side. It is here. It is now. It is real. It is right.
Israel.
It's only like a know-all, but I like it
Ah. I feel so good having just listened to this album with you guys. I feel like that was a necessary piece of listening for sure. The the character development. You know what I mean? Bean Juice, thanks for the Prime sub, man. Amazon only gives you one of those. You gave yours to me. Thank you so much. The character development, like feeling like our guy was kind of a schmuck, feeling like we got to see him stop being the schmuck. Really, when it all, push came to shove, like knowing that this dude was, and like to see what it represented. It wasn't that he was saving his brother, it's that he was saving himself from his own darkness and fear. And it was abstract. It was its own Alice in Wonderland of sorts. Like it was in the instrumentation. I can't say enough about it. Some of the most amazing keys I've ever heard. Phil Collins on drums just really elevated a lot of notches in my book. It's I could see why people say this is it's a complex listen, and in fact, I'm really 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 excited to like listen to this again, just for the journey, right? Like I feel like I could absolutely just get lost in the movie that plays in my mind listening to this. It's oh my gosh. This has been almost a 4-hour, 3.5-hour recording, and it just flew by. Like it just went so fast. Like the dynamics of everything, the different tones, like the textures that they introduce in this, and to have music that's powerful enough to give you resolve, like when Rail goes to save John and ends up, like kind of realizing to himself that he's lost his chance to escape with the chance to save his brother, and be both of them stuck in whatever abyss they're in. And I'd wondered about John throughout, right? Like I'd really wondered about his significance, especially in the early part of the album, where John just did not hear him. It's almost like he realized John was a part of whatever this thing was, but John also couldn't necessarily interact or anything with Rail. But then it makes a lot more sense, because you realize this thing that he was chasing was he a good enough person to save himself? And that test was presented to him, and was he a good enough person to save someone else, despite the ability to be very selfish if given the chance? And I'm sitting here wondering if this is Rail and this is Rail. Like I think all of these are probably Rail. It took such a hard left turn that was so spot on. And when you have him reflecting, and he finally gets it, right? He finally gets it. And the thing, I think that's what it kind of the culmination of the payoff that you get for a person saving themselves. John was dreamlike in the lack of responsiveness, and then Rail being so mad about it. It's very primordial emotional play. I agree. I think that this is a battle of this is kind of where the battle of altruism happens in our brains, right? Like doing the right thing for the sake of it being the right thing, or giving into our selfish desires. even the fact that he has to kind of get past his fears, late, and loneliness, and recognize. I feel like it was an abstract of a lot of different versions of human development, like within ourselves, and that's incredible. I mean, and admittedly, the Peter Gabriel, dude. Like Peter Gabriel. Unreal. My oh, there we go. His ability to do what he did in this album with the voice acting, the screaming, the softness, like his ability to write these characters and get you so invested in them, but also like kind of pensively invested in them. Like it almost doesn't feel like he, I don't know. Like he's equal parts storyteller. Like he's really an anomaly when it comes to music and lyricism and delivery. Like he is like a modern bard, I mean, obviously this isn't necessarily modern, right? But he's a bard of his time. And to be able to tell the story, like really put us onto an odyssey there, I mean, they never do address whether Rail gets his Johnson back. That's true. But I choose to believe, it found him. You know what I mean? I choose to believe I mean, maybe, heck, maybe he goes on some Dan journey to find it. I don't know. But I really, really, really think that there is a storytelling capability within Peter Gabriel. I don't know if, I mean, honestly, Peter Gabriel's voice might have been one of my favorite instruments in this whole thing. But then you look at like the different dynamics and how everybody just brings to the song what is needed, and they don't boast their playing. They don't hit you with "Is this what you want?" guitar playing or drums. There's a level of dynamics to this that just has a massive beauty to it. I like from the storytelling, like the lyrics kind of kicking in. I don't know how many people could just listen to this album for just the music. And I'm sure there are plenty out there, but like I feel like the music is just almost ancillary to the story. And when you connect that the story is what it is, there's a tremendously exciting, like, again, everybody in this band leveled up to me in this. This is far and wide this was my favorite Genesis work. Like, I think it's a different ball game entirely, and I think comparing this to Firth would be like comparing an apple and an orange, or baseball to basketball. You know what I mean? No, like heck, it'd be like comparing watching the Super Bowl to watching a Broadway play. Like, it really is just that different. I don't know that I'd ever really be able to listen to this in parts. Like I feel like it kind of does disservice to the rest of the work. Like it feels like this. It's not like I'm not just going to choose to watch some scenes of The Wizard of Oz, right? Like I'm going to watch the movie if I decide to. It's very, I don't know how to describe it. I feel like this album is if you take it for its parts, it's not nearly as good as the sum of its parts. This is one of those contexts where the whole is greater than the parts. Not every rock band is like that, by any stretch of the imagination. Believe you me, we've listened to a lot of rock here, but it's not. So yeah, I guess I'm gonna listen to more Peter Gabriel, and I guess I'm gonna listen to more Genesis. Yeah, guys, I love you. Thank you for being here. Thank you so much for the positivity that you show both to me and to one another. Thank you for listening to this with me. Thank you for this journey. Thank you for all of this. This was such a fun stream. Like, seriously, such a fun stream. And, you know, maybe the journey is almost as important as the friends we made along the way. Continue to be the best. And until I see you next, be introspective and consider the birds. Goodbye.